Howdy y'all, got a brand new book that I'm excited to bring onto the channel. My best friend is going to help introduce it, so I'm going to throw a clip in of another video on her channel, and then I will get to more detail after that. Let's get to it.
Guys, Cowboy here, he bought an encyclopedia from Costco a while ago.
Yes,
when we went
almost 2 months ago.
Yes, when I took him to another bookstore, we stopped at Costco, and he came across this very nice edition, the Encyclopedia of Warfare. Very, very nice edition.
And it came with another cover, but we just have the encyclopedia.
Yeah, it came with its book sleeve, right? And just look at that foiling. Very nice edition. It was fairly priced too, wouldn't you say?
I'd say it's very fairly priced. Almost as if it were on discount.
Yeah, but no, it was fairly priced. And in case you didn't know, he's a history buff, loves history, loves learning about the war times. I'm more on the romantic side. I love the war stories and the romance that goes on in between those. Obviously, I've read some very heartbreaking stories, very traumatizing ones, very hurtful, but again, very truthful of how the war was, even to this day, really. But this guy here, this man here, expert, he knows all about it.
I wouldn't say an expert.
Yeah, I'd say pretty damn close. But this was perfect for him because he loves learning about it, loves discussing it on his other channel, History Cowboy. Go check it out. I highly recommend it. I will link it in the description. But just look at these end pages right here. Very pretty. Very nice. Love that. And yeah, it's just some facts about the wars, but what I love is the maps in here. Very nice, very pretty. Love that. Nice glossy pages. It's a pretty thick book here, but this is perfect for him. It didn't take long to convince him. It was actually the only one. Huh.
And you found it.
I did. It was kind of like sitting like this in between the books, and I was like, what is this? And when I seen that, I was like, oh my god, this is perfect for you. And he's like, I need it. So yeah, he bought this like a couple months ago. Yeah, it was fun though. That was a nice shopping trip too.
It was.
And obviously a great find. But yes, so love that. He's gonna explain more about this book and on his channel, obviously. But overall, book find. This was over 2 months ago.
First of all, shout out to my very best friend. I will have her channel and the video that the excerpt is from linked in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Subscribe to her channel. We'll be going to different museums together, so we'll be vlogging on that channel as well. This is the book that we were talking about in the excerpt. I have this piece that was part of the wrapping. It is the Encyclopedia of Warfare, what the book is. It comes in this really cool exterior holder. I forget what it's called. My best friend is the expert on books. I keep forgetting what it's called, but I'll be bringing it out of there, the book out of there in just a moment. So the Encyclopedia of Warfare, a comprehensive history of 5 millennia of conflict. The Encyclopedia of Warfare is the definitive guide to human conflict through the ages, now updated with the most recent events of the 21st century. This comprehensive volume is illustrated with over 650 detailed battle maps of encounters, including the Spanish Armada and D-Day, showing the formations, troop movements, and tactics employed. From the earliest recorded encounters 5,000 years ago to the conflicts of our modern world, such as the Syrian Civil War and the invasion of Ukraine, the Encyclopedia of Warfare is the ultimate military reference book. And so it shows some examples on the back, but I'm not going to really show that piece because why not show the actual book? First of all, the cover or the exterior holder is awesome. My best friend and I were going through a Costco and she found this. It's kind of tucked away and she knew I would want it, so I had to buy it there. So pulling it out, as shown in the excerpt from my best friend's vlog, the cover is amazing. It's kind of like a canvasy color. It feels nice and heavy. It's really nice and thick. It feels like it's well constructed. Just looks awesome. And just kind of open it up. It looks really cool. It very professional looking, and the Wars and Campaigns pages, just all these different campaigns and wars that it's going to have in this encyclopedia. And then it goes to maps. Again, it has 650 at least detailed battle maps, which is amazing. And it goes into its contributors. One thing, or several things, first of them that is very unique about this book that I had not seen before in any books that I have or that I've looked at, is timeline of notable civilizations. This is very important for showing when places are going to be at war with each other, different kingdoms, empires, etc. It starts at 3500 BCE, and it's showing like the Egyptians, and it just keeps going and going. It shows when they end, when they start, when they have little breakups, civil wars, and they start again. It's very interesting, and it goes from 3500 BCE to 2000 CE. So we'll just say that's AD, make it easier on us. Also, one unique thing that it shows, it's very detailed. I've explored into the book, and it does go into some good detail, but being brief on it, it's to the point. It doesn't elaborate into unnecessary facts to keep it still in one book, which is very interesting. Don't get me wrong, I love details. I would love to have details on all these different battles, wars, campaigns, etc. But it's very good at keeping it short and simple, but giving necessary details that's very unique and interesting. So it has the legend on how to use the map. It has the example of Gettysburg on here. But I want to show this page. It's very interesting. I had not seen to where it's laid out like this yet. Doesn't mean it's not in other books, but I've not seen it myself. It shows how prior to 1914, battle maps are displayed and different variations of legends. Obviously, throughout millennia, they're displayed differently, but by today's standards, before 1914, we have a way of displaying a battle map. After 1914, we use, I forget the exact name of it, the standard NATO military unit symbols. So instead of this right here for cavalry, cavalry is displayed this way. And I've seen some World War I maps using the old method, and it's really nice seeing that they really strive for the accuracy. I love accuracy in books, movies, historical documents, etc. And so it's very unique that it has it cut and dry. Before 1914, it will show the legend as of this side of the page. After 1914, it uses standard NATO military unit symbols. And it will even show unit sizes, and it will say who's leading it, number, designations, unit size, levels, all that stuff. And it's just very unique to find this in a book. I did not know this was going to be here, and it's just very interesting. And I just love the accuracy in this book. So I'm going to open it up some, and it just has each battle campaign. It kind of varies a little bit. Some of the campaigns versus battles, there's battles in campaigns, but it has each one in paragraphs or part of a page. And so each one has a date, and it shows battle maps for different parts. Not every battle has a battle map, but they give details on how long they lasted, what tactics were employed, who the designated victor was. And the unique thing about this book, I'm not sure if all battle maps are standard, because I don't believe I've seen this kind of standardization. The red is the designated victor in the battle map, and the blue is the designated defeated army. Doesn't mean it's completely broken, but the one who technically lost the battle. Doesn't mean they had less amount of troops, but who technically lost the battle. So it's really interesting. All throughout this book, you can tell who's winning or who won in the end of that battle or campaign, and that's going to be the red. And that was in the legend earlier. The red is direction of movement of victors, and the blue is direction of movement of defeated forces. Secondary units are dashed lines, and they have phase 1, phase 2 of different campaigns and battles. So this example, there's phase 1, phase 2. It's just very unique, and it shows directions, retreats, the primary movements, secondary movements. Even without a phase 2 map, it will show that in a single map. So we go through Romans, which are absolutely awesome, Gallic Wars, and it just keeps going and going, and it's just fascinating. All these maps, some maps are entire pages, some maps are smaller, but they're still legible. You can see them, they're not itsy bitsy tiny things, and each group, they'll have entire sections. So this one, in the medieval wars, the Muslim expansion, and it goes through different battles for that. Then there will be, also in medieval wars, it will have Wars of the Holy Roman Empire, and it keeps them in sections, which is unique, and I really like that. Battle Cannae, very interesting battle. It's something I really like studying about. It's something that today we might view as standard, but back then it was very revolutionary. And just going through all kinds of battles, campaigns, and it will show geographical notations, so hills, rivers, streams, and fortifications, railways, roads, and later dates. It will show the camps near the battles. It's just very unique. So as we keep going along, we're going to keep fast forwarding several thousand years. And let's see. We'll just keep going. Let's get to something possibly here in the US. Maybe. Revolutionary Wars. We'll just keep going. Wars of empires and revolts. And that's all over the world. It's interesting. We don't know of all the battles. It's hard to memorize every single one, every single civil war, every single revolt, campaign especially. Then going into battle, that's even harder yet. And it's just very, very interesting to see all of these combined. And granted, there are skirmishes, tens of thousands of skirmishes that will not be documented in here before, after battles, not even on these battlefields, but of notable battles and campaigns. It's very, very interesting to see all of these. So, Shiloh campaign, the Battle of Shiloh. So we have U.S. Civil War, Williamsburg, Yorktown, Winchester, Memphis. I've actually been to the Shiloh battlegrounds in Shiloh, Tennessee. It was absolutely amazing. And hotter than heck out there, very humid, but it was very nice to experience the battlefield. It's very well preserved. A lot of cannons still there, and it looks awesome because the cannons are just barely sticking out of the tree line, and some of them are actually backed into the tree line. There is more undergrowth than there would have been back then because the deer population isn't as much. So if you are visiting some of these battlefields in the U.S. and you notice that there's a lot of undergrowth and you wonder how could there have even been a battle there, deer population was up back when those battles were actually happening. So the undergrowth was eaten by the deer so you could see further through tree lines. But even then, in the tree line, it was amazing to see just the barrels of the cannons. So, just absolutely amazing to see all these battles. Second Battle of Bull Run, Richmond, Harper's Ferry, and it just keeps going. Fredericksburg, Chickasaw Bluffs, Charleston. Here's Fredericksburg. And of course, Burnside sending all of his troops over. And it's just absolutely amazing to see all this detail. I love battle maps. As you all have seen on the channel before, absolutely amazing. We have Kennesaw Mountain, Lynchburg, Petersburg, Atlanta, Bryce's Crossroads, Spring Hill, Cedar Creek, just all these. Battle of Franklin. And it keeps going, and we go into somewhere else. We have French army in Sedan, and it keeps going and going. It's just so unique to see all these different conflicts going on same time, leading into other conflicts. And it gets even really modern in Somalia. And as the back page said, it goes into the invasion of Ukraine, naval warfare, cavalry movements, infantry movements. It even has designation for airborne. So it's just amazing. The index just goes on and on and on. And I find that fascinating. I love how well referenced the book is. Even though I haven't been able to read it cover to cover, what I've read looks very well referenced. And at Costco, I believe it was $25. And for a book this thick with this much information in it, very well worth the cost. Even if it were $45, it'd still be a buy for me. Obviously, $25, a lot more inclined to do it. $45, I'd probably still hold off a little bit, even though I'd really want it for that price. But $25 at Costco, wonderfully referenced book, absolutely amazing. And thank you to my very best friend for pointing it out to me, because I did not see it. It was kind of tucked away in between other books. So we were kind of assuming someone else was saving it there. We're not sure of that, but I'm just super happy. My best friend saw it, pointed it out to me, and I just had to get it. I'm going to be really looking forward to diving this more, show y'all more of the battle maps and more of the history that this book contains. Absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to showing that to y'all in the next videos.